As Bishop Zubik said, it's good for us to be together today as we celebrate this Holy Mass and as we celebrate the votive Mass of the Sacred Heart of Jesus on this first Friday. Several years ago, at one of my parish assignments, I met this amazing young girl by the name of Katie. And Katie was so excited because she was preparing to make her first confession. And she was very nervous, as our young people oftentimes are. And Katie was a backwards little girl and just really needed a lot of help to be able to embrace this beautiful, beautiful sacrament. And since that moment, Katie has become a pen pal of mine. Katie is a student from the Western Pennsylvania School for the Deaf. And she really loves to write little notes and write little cards. And her cards usually have all kinds of little drawings that she'll write on the inside. And she oftentimes will put stickers on them and the envelope as well. And most of the time she'll draw plenty of hearts. And she always signs the letters that she sends to me as "Your friend forever, Katie," and she'll always sign that, "Your friend forever, Katie." And I was thinking about Katie's letters as I was praying over today's celebration of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And also I was thinking about her letter because I received one the other day, and I always like to get right back to Katie. And I thought her letter really brings together what we celebrate today as we celebrate the beautiful gift of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. In today's first reading from Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he talks about how we are called to be stewards of the mysteries of God. And Katie, in a real way, without knowing it, she brings the mystery of God's love alive to everybody that she meets. Katie does that because she just flows with a lot of love, a lot of joy. And it's infectious because she wants to share that. And as she's learning at the school, she's learning sign language, and she will often point to her own heart. She'll point to her heart to let other people know just how she appreciates what they're doing. The responsorial psalm that we prayed today, again, it goes into many different accounts of the Lord's love and our love. Part of it says, "Take delight in the Lord, and he will grant you your heart's request." Whenever we take delight in the Lord, when we embrace his love like Katie does, then the Lord's going to grant us our heart's request. And it goes on. It talks about the beautiful gift of the Lord's love. And it says at the very end, the last thing we said, "Because we can take refuge in him." That's what the celebration of the Sacred Heart is all about, that we, every one of us, can take refuge in the beautiful Sacred Heart of Jesus. Today, the Gospel of Luke that Bishop Zubik proclaimed for us, it talks about the wedding guest and how they are there with the bridegroom. And the bridegroom is Jesus himself. And he talks about someday the bridegroom will be taken away. And it's all about him predicting that he will be gone, his passion, his death, his resurrection. He shares that by, this little glimpse of that. But he talks about how we're called to be friends of the bridegroom. Friends of the bridegroom stayed right with the bridegroom for weeks before and afterwards with the celebration. The weddings were so different than what we celebrate today. And he says that the friends of the bridegroom have to celebrate. My dear family, as we gather here today, as we celebrate the celebration of this first Friday and the Sacred Heart of Jesus, we're all called to be friends of the bridegroom. And he wants us to do that simply by sharing his love with the people around us. We're all called to write little letters. We're called to be pen pals with the Lord. And the best way that we can write him a note, the best way that we can sign our notes like Katie does, "Your friend forever," is by the way that we imitate his love, by the way that we share his love with the people around us. So today, as we celebrate this First Friday, as we celebrate the votive Mass of the Sacred Heart, do you trust that you're loved? Do you trust that the Lord loves you? He wants each of us to know more than ever that he loves us and that he's calling us to be friends of the Bridegroom. And he's writing us a special note of love when he embraces us in the sacraments. So today, as we celebrate this Holy Mass, let him embrace you, let him love you, but then don't be afraid to show his love right back to him by the way we love our sisters and brothers around us.